Dog has that dog in him. You're not wrong. They were willing to chase us to the ends of the earth and back, but not quite enough to deal with our can-do attitude and go get 'em spirit here, so we managed to live to fight another day, not even losing one of our lives, which again is shocking to me. I very much expected worse there, as we find ice form in a spellbook. Interesting. Again, +7 whip with resistances on it, and crystal plate armor. Well, I guess write down that seed, kids. Oh, wait a second, we never put up our seed. Well, let's change that now, shall we? I knew I was forgetting something when we started off this run. We'll do a quick morgue dump here, especially after finding this, just in case any of you lovely folks want to join along at home. Maybe come in here with somebody who can actually use all these wonderful bits of equipment that we've been so fortunate to find. And there we go, let's get out of here. We did also find ice form in that spellbook, which I'm very tempted to get up and castable. We lose our fast speed, which is something I always forget about when using ice form. We turn into what looks like an ice beast, and so in my mind I'm like, yeah, we're still a quadruped, we still got our legs. But we go down to normal speed in exchange for having some okay defensive attributes. So it definitely was worth a lot at the end of the day, and helps get rid of any danger that would be posed by cult-themed enemies, of course. Fulminant Prism also should be on the agenda here. Bonder's Valve Clutch. Lots of good stuff. We've definitely been very fortunate thus far in our spellbook gathering escapades here. But let's get back on the road. Did you see us, my troll friend? Well, now you did. So, hello. Let's just get all sorts of things stacked up on you all at once here. Fantastic. You do love to see it. And then I believe that Lair was also on this floor, so I'm excited to come across that. Should do fairly well. It is rough because a lot of the enemies there offset the advantage that we gain from speed, of course. But still should be able to take care of them. Getting some nice steamed eel, some nice unagi on the way here. Dinner and a show, fantastic. And you, my friend, jeez Louise. Okay, that centaur is a problem. Centaur Warrior, D8, huh? Really not pulling your punches, game. I guess that's the kind of interesting thing. I was mentioning that the Bailey would be amazing on somebody who could use that stuff. But could the average character make it past the two-headed ogre, the Centaur Warrior, and who knows what other kind of out-of-depth Sons of Guns we'll find down here? Because that's another question unto itself. Let's start getting some poison down on our Centaur friend here. I could even try to... You know what, yeah, let's copy you real quick. What happened to my buddy here? Centaur Warrior shimmers and vanishes. Just immediately, huh? You're not even gonna entertain the possibility? Interesting. Well, 62% chance to hit me. Probably dead if I do get hit. I mean, what are our extra lives for if not this? I did just notice that we have this ring of protection that would be very nice to have on here. Also, oh my gosh, that artifact ring, quite nice as well. I didn't even notice when we picked those up. So let's try not to die, shall we? Could put up some fog, I guess, if we wanted to do our best to preserve what little life we have remaining. Tempted to just try and kill you, though. One fell swoop? Not quite, unfortunately. And not even a post-mortem assassination there, unfortunately. So let's head up this way, this direction instead. Maybe it's going to be just a wee bit safer. I mean, you're not really safer, my friend. Fortunately, you die relatively quickly, but that could have gone a heck of a lot worse for us. Corrosive Dragon, not exactly what you're hoping to find at this stage. OTR does wonders against the bees though, so we can very easily take care of these sons of guns. Fantastic. And then just get back on the road here, hoping that we don't run into that centaur warrior, but dreading that we will. Who's to say? Now that is more my speed. I guess OTR, not what I should have been going for there as our first option, but that's fine. Also, geez Louise, this is why we did not want to run into you, my friend. And the smoke not quite doing the trick for us here, but we managed to get next to you. Still do up to 16 damage in your kick. So probably still gonna die if we're being honest with ourselves here, but that's fine. Let's put on a ring of protection. And immediately die. Well, there go all of our new lives. There go 2 levels as well. Oof. Let's do what we should have done a long time ago and just avoid that entire area completely here. No need to get fancy with it. And let's just keep heading down, shall we? Let's see, Ring of Wizardry. Probably still our best bet, and wow, that is quite the welcoming party. I'm tempted to try and beat them all with poison and our fast move speed, but let's again engage in some intelligent maneuvers here and just get the heck out of dodge for the time being. And we'll just find a different way down, somewhere a little bit safer here, at least to start off. Let's not get too out of pocket, not get too crazy here. Ring of magical power, eh? Very least, we know that we can deal with a yak, and the white should be no problem whatsoever at the end of the day. In fact, okay, I was gonna bring you upstairs, but that works just fine too. Stop it. Stop it. Even a normal centaur is just a deathly threat to us. Jeez Louise. Poison magic hit 8 during all that shenaniganry, so that's quite nice at the very least. Let's just get a bunch of these up. Start poisoning while we're at it. More foxfire, please. I need these foxfires to block arrows for me if at all possible. No, that's cool too. And I'm dead. Wow. Well, that was a very quick cascade of unfortunate events there. Definitely could have done a lot better on my end to try and avoid that. I felt like any day now that centaur was just going to die, and so I wasn't worried about it. But hey, that's what you get for playing it fast and loose with a cat here. It all goes wrong so fast. I guess that was even displayed in our previous attempts, the first couple attempts with Cat last week, seeing as how I just accidentally double tapped the move key and found ourselves dying with our final breath. So definitely gonna have to be slightly more cautious, which is not our usual style when we go about our games. So it's good to stretch those muscles a little bit, try something just a wee bit different here. But let's head in with Shakespeare this time, shall we? And how do we wish to build? We could start with Venom Mage. Death Spiral. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Definitely that first loss of life against the Centaur Warrior just immediately tripped us off and threw us off of our game. But okie dokie, this time around, maybe we'll go with the Conjurer start. It's quite a solid set of spells here, of course, to begin with. And we can transition to whatever we end up coming across throughout the course of our adventure. Could also go with Venom Mage. I did really enjoy OTR. And if we could get Ignite Poison with it next time, we can just enable the OTR Ignite Poison cheat codes and make our way through the early game without too much ado about nothing. Let's go with Conjurer this time. We can use the Bolden Prism to very decent effect here. Fine day for splatting. Just splatted Draconian Summoner in Vault 1 due to sheer ignorance, and Crawl refuses to spare Pip of Resists. Oh, I feel that. And sorry, Sutex, I had chosen right before I saw your message, but let's do that next run. If we don't live with this one, let's go with Summoner, shall we? Hold me to that, chat, because I am very liable to forget everything that I've promised in life. And I agree, the Conjurer start is just absolutely incredible. Nightcrawler, you knew the learning curve is steep, but holy moly, it really do just be like that sometime, unfortunately. Or sometimes, I should say. But okie dokie, what a start here. See if we don't immediately die to the first art slug. Ah, not quite. We managed to get through in one piece. There we go. And a very early Ring of Wizardry once again here. Already seen some repeats from last run, so maybe that was just the warm-up and now is the real deal. Also, speaking of run, let's remember this time to pop up a quick little morgue drop here, and we'll throw that seed out there again in case anyone wants to play along at home and see how they fare. Always feel free to do so, and let me know how it goes without, of course, spoiling anything if you do end up passing ahead of us, which is fairly likely, seeing as how we don't get on too often here. And Summon Canine Familiar is busted. Oh, is it really now? I haven't played Summoners too much since kind of all the big Summoner changes, so I can definitely get behind trying that out and seeing how it goes. The Summoner start is definitely really solid for Felids because having that extra damage sponge goes a long way towards keeping ourselves alive, especially when we have the extra move speed to pair with it. Because if we can get a body in the way and just start sprinting, then we're in a pretty fantastic spot for just leaving and noping the heck out of any situation that we find ourselves in. Hey Brander buddy, thank you so much for the Prime, I really appreciate it. Always nice to see new faces around, so I hope you're having a fantastic weekend, and thank you so much for the support. And yeah, what does Summoner Start begin with here? Do you get like Summon Small Mammal, Summon Canine? Do you get Summon Ice Beast? Or you don't anymore? Because I know I always mix it up with like Ice Elementalists used to have Summon Ice Beast in their starting handbook, and then it was removed. Hey, thanks for the content. No worries at all. I have one heck of a time doing it, so I'm always happy to. But thank you. Imp Summon, that's the one, and Guardian Golem, of course. Cat that summons dogs, what is this? What has the world come to? That's just a precursor to it raining cats and dogs, is us bringing them in as malicious summons, of course. That's the dream, at least. I also just realized we're at 3 strength here, so we're gonna have to be a little bit careful about stat death and hope that that doesn't become a problem here. Getting into a collapse state could definitely spell the end for any self-respecting cat here. And lots of adders early on, but that is fine. And yeah, now I'm just kind of hoping that this run doesn't go all that well so that we can become the cat of destiny, the cat who fought fire with fire and brought dogs into the midst here. But hey, we'll have to see how it goes. I wouldn't be too disappointed at the end of the day if we just make it through in one piece, so it is what it is. And, you know, Sigmund, I think we're gonna have to just say a big ol' no to you, my friend, and keep moving, keep moseying about on our way here. Now, Terrence, on the other hand, I can kind of get behind. There we go, and let's just ray the ever-living crap out of you, my friend. Not quite getting there. How much damage can you do? 15? So I can freely get in here a little bit, and then get the heck out as soon as things go even remotely not in our direction here. You know what? This might have been a mistake, Terrence. Sure, we can just outrun you for all eternity, but it's not very interesting, is it now? And it doesn't seem like we're dealing quite enough damage to actually take care of you in any meaningful capacity. So we'll just avoid that son of a gun. At least we don't have to worry about our life whatsoever, and shouldn't really have too many problems even if we do run into them again here moving forward. Perfect. Going to therapy, $200. Saying it is what it is, totally free. Oh my gosh, worldwide depression is all getting cured. It's that easy, folks. It is what it is indeed. Okie dokie, we see that there's a sewer here. Did see that it was still very distant, so we're gonna pop all the way into an upper corner here and see if we can't get a wee bit closer to it. Scroll shop early on though is pretty fantastic. Summoning and fear. Not summoning, teleportation and fear could definitely be of interest to us in the future. For the time being, let's just buy some ID. Ooh, and our thick stack is not ID at the end of the day. What is it? Teleportation, interesting. And we don't have any multi-stacks of potions, so I'm going to start off with just the scrolls there. And I guess if we want any chance of getting to this sewer, we're going to have to start making some slightly more intelligent decisions as to where we're heading here. Just sprinting all the way down to bottom left corner and seeing if that gives us a closer message. No, still very distant. You know, there's a pretty decent chance that we're not going to make it to this drain in time, especially, yeah, if that path just continues downwards. It's not exactly what I was expecting. And I should just, of all things here, be careful not to get ourselves killed just in our greed for a sewer. At the end of the day, the sewer is probably not even that great for us, so let's not go too far out of our way to make it happen here. And definitely try not to lose our life in the process. Did it close? Brisk rusting? Where the heck were you? Still very distant. Maybe it's like dead center here somewhere and I just happened to miss it, or I just never got a message in time. We were running too fast down this long straight here. Where the heck? What? Maybe at the end of the day here, we won't worry too much about it. Let's just go back to exploring. We'll just stumble into it eventually here. Well, that's not great. We've already seen how the centaur encounter goes on our previous cat. Let's hope that we've just lost the trail here, or that they've lost our trail, rather. Jeez Louise. Yeah, you know what? We're definitely not making it to that sewer, but that's fine. Hear the drain falling apart. Not the end of the world. Well, okie dokie, that's one way to start off our journey here. Centaur is going to be a big problem for the foreseeable future here. But maybe that means we just need to get some more things under our belt, so I want Fulminant Prism and IMB. Which one do I start with? IMB can potentially keep ourselves alive, but Fulminant Prism really pairs nicely with our increased movement speed, so let's go with that. Were there segment changes in 0.29? Haven't died to him since. Not as far as I know. I don't believe so. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who does have a better idea in that regard. But I don't recall seeing any segment changes in the mix, so not too sure. And there we go. That's where the sewer was hiding this whole time. Well, hello, my new friends. Oh, goodbye. Fantastic. And almost died to a river rat. Whoopsie daisies. And now we're back to you, my friend. Guess if I can get into melee, that's slightly better. Just have to worry about the kick. Oh, there we go. He's done it. Let's hope Syrian Ray can do it right on back. There we go. Fantastic. Able to take out the centaur. And I think this time around, I'm not going to go with the Faded Altar. We tried that for our one and done today, and unfortunately just didn't quite turn out, so never again shall we be so foolish as to believe in happy endings. There we go. As soon as the swiftness runs out, then we're in a pretty decent spot for taking care of you, my friend. Let's head to a hopefully safer stairwell, not immediately surrounded by multiple polearms and all these sons of guns. I also forgot to put on some hexes for training here to try and get that up and running. We have a +4 aptitude, so that should train in almost no time. Conjurations and spellcasting will set caps for while we're at it here. And that should be perfect. Let's just take you upstairs, my friend. And this can be our life now. Just kiting you until the end of time itself. You have heals as well, so this is going to be just a true pain in the rear here. I guess, can I, like, maybe fulminate you? Might fail, and that could have been catastrophic, but we managed to get through it. Fantastic. Oh, and you're called a Null Buddha now? What were they called? They were called, like, shamans, right? I don't recall whatsoever. How about that? Well, let's just get back on the road here, and hopefully we see slightly better luck. At the very least, we're not nearby the stairwell of death, so that's always nice. That seems like a good start. Yeah, they were shamans? Oh, interesting. Oh, not too shabby. Hitting level 6 here. Ring of Magical Power, also not too bad. Can get a really nice amount of max MP under our belt here. Hopefully put that to good use moving forward. And Fallen Prism is real close to being castable enough for us to use freely as we move on here. Jeez Louise. Let's just take you upstairs, my friend. Fantastic. And then we'll just continue the cycling method here of just switching stairwells and staying as safe as possible from all of our new friends. Quite the null pack, quite the convention going on there. In fact, it does seem like we've left one alive somewhere in the mix here, so let's do a quick little exploration and see if we can't get them to pop out of the woodwork. No? Well, that's fine by me. Hopefully they don't take us by surprise in the future. That's all we can really ask for. Okay, you, my friend, are going to require some special assistance here. Not quite a kill on you there, but let's see if that one does the trick. Fantastic. Does make a lot of noise, those Fulminate Prisms, but as long as we're careful and we kind of play the stairwell game here, we should be okay. So we get a very basic Necromancy spellbook. Not quite what we're looking for, but that's fine. We'll just keep it moving here, just get back on the highway to the danger zone. Ring of Strength, probably won't worry too much about at this point. And we'll just keep trucking along here. Ooh, necklace is very nice. If I don't die to this iguana at the very least. Whoopsie daisies. Actually, how much damage do you do? 15? And Searing Ray is 2d6. Let's go with Searing Ray. There we go. Perfect. Never a doubt in my mind. Oh, don't love you though, my friend. At least we're fast enough to just walk away. So otherwise you could be a real pain in the rear here. And in fact, let's see. Can I maybe, just maybe, Searing Ray you? Is it even worth it to try? I guess we're pretty dang close, and we can always attempt to circle around there and then get surprised by a sudden door shatter, but there we go. Fantastic. Oh, and hello, Edmund. How are you this fine evening? If you could come right this way, my friend. In fact, let's put up... Oh, that's not where I should put it. Let's try that again. Let's put you up right here. Or not. That's also very, very cool. We'll try again here in just a second. I've not met your brother, though we could change that. They were just waiting for us a couple floors up, Edmund, I do believe. Well, this is going less than ideal, shall we say, but that's fine. We'll just keep popping these down and slowly but surely whittling you down, my friend. It should be a nice little chunk of experience at the very least, so there is that going for us. And if we can just get that out of the way, then maybe, just maybe, we'll stop having to confirm that we do in fact want to cast the spell. So that'll be nice. And there we go. Not too shabby. Oh, you know what? I just kept double tapping one there, which I think just set it off on a diagonal direction. Whoopsie daisies. Necrolly missed your message, but it is kind of neat for sure. I enjoy a game to stretch my legs linguistically and use out new words that I don't use in my everyday life. I think that it's nice to learn new things. So I can definitely agree with you there. But okie dokie. Now that we're slightly back in it here, let's just keep trucking along. And Fulminant Prism at 4%, only light red maybe means that we can use it without having to constantly be reassuring the game that we do in fact want to murder our enemies in spectacular fashion. And let's hope we find that economical temple soon as well, because I definitely want to start gaining some good piety as soon as we possibly can here. I was also wrong. Turns out we're still in miscast territory, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a shame, but we should be just fine regardless. Just means a wee bit of patience here or there. And another ring of magical energy. How about that? Don't think we'll pop on two of those bad boys. Seems like a bit overkill in my mind here, but that's fine. And we'll just keep blasting everyone as they come to us. Make a bit more noise than I would like. That's not even with Fulminant Prisms, so imagine the crowds that we would have drawn with that also added into the mix. Okay, any day now. You'll let me cast you just normally. Right, DCSS? Perfect. And we do actually have a bunch of IDs, so let's start using those bad boys up here. Getting Curing identified. Lignification actually pretty dang fantastic for us as well. No heal wounds. Not my favorite, but that's fine. We can definitely learn to let live there. And let's start blasting these sons of guns. Oh, the white hit it. Okay, I was a wee bit confused there, but that's fine. And let's just put you there, my friend, and just see how many of these sons of guns we can take out. Ooh, it does look like Pickle's around. So let's immediately head back upstairs, find a different way down, and potentially catch them out without their lemurs in the way. Again, we got to experience a little bit throughout the course of the week here in what little tournament play I was able to get on for. How much harder it is to play the moral objectives route. That is not killing Natasha, not killing any souls that are ensnared or entrapped by enemy uniques like the Lemirs or Circe's pigs. But it definitely gets a bit harder to justify that kind of action with the tax of opportunity. Fortunately here on the cat, I think we're in a slightly better position in that regard, because at the very least, we can run away from our issues in life a bit easier than most. And I think I'll buy Flight for 36 gold, even if it is just to use it as like a free identify. And let's just walk away. You're not fast, right? So yes, on a nice fast character like our kitty cat here, we don't have to worry about accidentally murdering the innocent souls. Maybe? No, let's wait one turn. Just ensure that you get out of the blast range while the rest of your friends do not. Fantastic. And then we'll walk away from you real quick, my friend. Hopefully find not just another Lemire, but Pickle themselves here. They've got to be hiding out somewhere in this general vicinity. There you are, you son of a gun. Come fight me yourself, coward. Let's see how much damage that does. It's a decent chunk of change. That should be even better. Ooh, never mind. Pickle just walks out of range. Whoopsie daisies. Ooh, and now you're gonna come at me from the front. Hey, my friend, unfortunately, we're in a really tricky spot in terms of not hitting your friends with collateral damage here. Might have to just make a call at some point here to, you know, be okay with minor amounts of collateral damage for the greater good. But I'll try to avoid that as much as I can, realistically at the very least. Where are you, Pickle? All your friends are sticking with us, doing a great job of doing so, if I might add. But you're not much of a headhunter, I guess. You're having a bit of a harder time. You know what? They're all gonna take hits, which I don't love. But they don't die. And there we go. We get Pickle. Fantastic. Not having to compromise our morals or our sense of self. Always love to see that. And again, hopefully, the temple's coming up soon. I guess it has to be on this floor. So, there is that. Oh, hello, friend. I feel like you are going to be a real pain in the rear here. Let's get one more of these down. Fantastic. Of course, you dodge out of it just in time. Brilliant play from our unseen friend there. Almost getting us as well, but no dice, fortunately for ourselves. And there we go. Almost the whole pantheon here in the nice lava temple. Definitely an interesting little layout. And so where do we wish to go today? In fact, if we pop in here, we have no Gozeg and no Sif Muna, so that definitely narrows down the choices of who I would kind of leap for initially here, who would jump out as decent options for us. We could go with Vehemit for just outstanding spell power and blaster caster capabilities. Hepler Kwana is great for having a body that can help, you know, take some of the damage, help sponge up some of the offensive capabilities that are coming against us here. What else? I guess we could go with some of the just decent across all backgrounds. I'm talking, you know, your Ash, your Nemelex, your Rue, stuff like that. But yeah, you know, save it. I think I might be feeling Vey. Nemelex could be fun. We've only used Nemelex like once on one character before, and they did end up winning. So there was that. Our invocation's not good, but not bad either, sitting at a 0 aptitude, so it's not the worst option, all things considered, for sure. What? Let's flip between those two. I'm happy with Nemelex, I'm happy with Vehemit. Let's leave it up to the fates to decide. And let's see, between cards and magic, let's go Vehemit as heads, Nemelex as tails, and try it out here, shall we? And we get heads, so it's looking like it's going to be Vehemit for us here today, but we will have to try Nemelex at some point again in the future.